I'm Izzy Sazak, they, them pronouns, human being, artist, and Del Shake's squad member, and you're visiting me in my home studio. Welcome. I have my little notes here to make sure I say all the things I want to say. So I had the honor and pleasure of playing Violeta in our bilingual musical adaptation of 12th Night, LO QUE QUIERAS, for the community tour this year. Finally, after being on hold for what felt like an eternity, we got it up on its feet, and it was absolutely glorious. And it was truly a gift beyond measure, not only for the audiences, but for me, which is also important to me. But that's not the point. The point is that it was incredibly important and valuable for our Latinx audiences and all the other spaces that we went to and all the audiences we served. Many of whom left their homes, their birth homes, to move to a new land full of perils and make a whole new home from scratch. And the value of our decision, of Del Shake's decision, to make a show for these community members and to make it bilingual really cannot be overstated. So I'd like to tell you about a couple memories from my experience on the tour that will stick with me forever. The first is when a young audience member came up to me after the end of our closing show. Their name was Juan, and they were so emotional. They were barely able to speak or look at me. And then finally, through some coaxing with a trembling voice, they were able to tell me how important the show was to them, how grateful they were, and they thanked me for putting words to their experience, what they had just experienced, it seemed like, so fresh, for reflecting it to the stage and for doing it with compassion, humor, and respect and hope. And I told them, thank you, and it was very much a group endeavor. A whole community of artists came together to make a home for this work for 12th Night, which was in every intention for folks like Juan. So it really felt amazing to get to talk to that person and know that our work was well received and needed. Then the second thing that I'd like to talk to you about is something that happened during the show. When the twins are reunited in the show, the audience would almost always burst out into cheers and applause, sometimes even tears. And after one of our performances, some community organizers in our audience told me how they have personally witnessed family members be reunited after being separated, and how affirming seeing that on stage was for them and for the work that they do. And that was incredibly humbling for me to hear. And it just, again, it felt amazing that this work was being put on for these people. We were able to bring the safety, hope, love, and joy of home to these audiences through the power of storytelling. And that is a priceless gift. But you know what isn't priceless? Producing it. I'm kidding, but I'm also serious. If you are at all inspired by these stories that I shared with you, if you saw the show, if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, and you want to see more of it happening out in the world, please consider making a donation to Del Shake's this year. No amount is too little. Please give from the heart, spread the word, and thank you for being a part of our community.